Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talkin Live Forecast update here on your April the 22nd, 2026. Once again, sunshine, warm weather all across East Tennessee and North Georgia. That's going to continue as we wrap up the week ahead. But as we head toward the weekend, we're still tracking some rain around and another round heading into early next week, and definitely needed considering the drought conditions we're continuing to fight here across our area. Now, before we get into this full update, if you're new here to the Talkin Live Broadcast channel Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this update for this afternoon as we're looking at abundant sunshine across Chattanooga for this afternoon. Definitely shaping up to be pretty nice with some nice pleasant temperatures, although it's a little bit above average, as well as across Lake Chattooga as well for this afternoon. Some fair weather clouds out there across the lake, but looking pretty good here overall with some delightful temperatures. Local radar, it's going to stay quiet. Not going to expect anything here for the rest of your day on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Maybe Friday night we'll get some rain in here going into Saturday, and we'll show you a little more on that here in just a second as we continue to see plenty of sunshine here across East Tennessee, North Georgia. A very nice looking midweek forecast, and as we go to wrap up the work week, also continuing to stay on the dry side. Now, temperatures are warming up nicely here for this afternoon. As you can see, we're already getting 81 degrees down there in Rome. We got high pressure here across Alabama and down here in down toward the Florida Panhandle. Some smoke has been making its way from South Georgia into parts of North Georgia for today. Not overly bad, but it's really bad down towards South Georgia. They got some air quality advisories issued down there, even down into the Florida Panhandle. Hopefully those guys will get some rain down there soon. Now, as far as when our rain's going to get here, the Storm Prediction Center Day 3 outlook goes for Friday into Saturday morning. It is bringing in a few thunderstorms in here. This will probably be, if it does arrive, we're talking into the early mornings on Saturday. But you can see the main severe weather threat is back here to the west. Nor am I expecting any severe weather in across our area, although we are expecting some decent rains as we go into your Saturday. Not a ton, maybe about a half inch, but it's at least a start, and hopefully we'll get some more going into next week. In fact, let's go ahead and get into the model data here. Let's go take a look at the NAM model. Again, looking quiet going into your Thursday. No problems here throughout the day on Thursday with sunshine and warm weather, and that'll continue into Friday. Friday may bring a few more clouds. We'll call it mostly sunny. But you notice going into Saturday, we got some rains coming in here, all right? So this is coming in. So the NAM does not bring anything in here until a little bit later. The European's a little bit faster. So depending on the timing on this thing, we are looking at some rain and maybe a few rumbles of thunder with this initial batch of rain coming on in here. Then we have another one coming in for early next week. Now, as far as high temperatures goes for your Thursday, morning lows will be mostly here in the 50s, and afternoon highs will be well up into the 80s once again for your afternoon. Very similar to what we've seen the last couple of days. Now, going into next week, that one could be a little more robust, at least if the American GFS model is correct. Let's try to be optimistic and say maybe it will be. As we go through the weekend, we'll see the rain chance there coming back up on Sunday. Now, Sunday looks like the European says it'll take a step back there, but it is showing some pretty good rains here. Look at this going into your Monday night and into Tuesday. This would be a real blessing if this verifies out. I'm not overly confident on the American GFS model, but this one I'm just going to kind of show you right now, and let's be optimistic we get some decent rains out of this thing, and it moves on through, and then we'll see dry weather going into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. All right, so let's go look at our forecast maps here. Watch that little timestamp there on top as I go through the days of the week here. Watch that very closely here as we go through tomorrow morning. Again, looking quiet, high pressure and control, and that'll continue right into your Friday and Saturday. You'll see that front coming in, see the rain chance, see the dark green, so you know we got some good rain coverage in here on your Saturday. Saturday looking a little bit wet. I'm not sure if it'll be an all-day rain event, but definitely some decent rainy periods in there. Sunday will back off a little bit, and then the question mark will be on how robust that next system is Monday into Tuesday. That's what we got to watch there. So Monday night looks like that'll come in there. Tuesday goes on through, and then the front goes on through on Wednesday, and just limited rain chance there on Wednesday as we go into middle of next week. So the forecast looking like this as we go into tomorrow. Looking at Chattanooga at 84, mid-80s, mid-50s. Looks like that's pretty decent. A lot of sunshine, warm weather. Everybody here fairly mild. Still a few 40s up in the mountains, but generally mostly in the 50s for overnight lows and daytime highs. Again, most locations here into the 80s for afternoon highs, and looking very warm with temperatures running a little bit above normal. Regionally, all across the southeast, a lot of sunshine. I got 84 in Nashville, 83 in Jackson, 78 in Destin, 85 in Savannah, and 88 degrees in Columbia. And as far as the next 7 days are concerned, here we go. We stay in the mid-80s on Friday. Again, we'll back the temperature up a little bit because we have high rain chance there on Saturday, about 80%. Sunday, we'll step it back, but if the American GFS verifies, maybe we'll bring that rain chance back up a little bit. But right now, it looks like the best rain chance is coming into Monday night, early Tuesday morning, the way that's tracking out there with that 80% rain there on Tuesday. Then we back it off there on Wednesday with some clouds. So at least we got a couple of rain threats to kind of track there. And if we do get some rain, it's a good opportunity for you to download the North Georgia Majestic weather app. It is a free tool, great tool to have. Check it out there on the Apple Store as well as Google Play. And you can just go ahead and put in North Georgia Majestic weather, or you can scan that QRC code there right there, and it'll take you right to the link there and download that and have that in your toolbox. And of course, this app will get better over time, especially once we get our new website up and running for you guys to see our, our exclusive contents, things like that. So again, hey, got some good news, got some rain on the horizon. Bad news is it's not going to be a drought buster, but it's better than nothing at this point. Okay, anyway, that's y'all's update for today. Y'all be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.